quite a nice view, isn't it? This is Thorpe Park, one of the UK's biggest and most popular theme parks, and currently it is closed for their winter season. They reopen in March time around, I believe, but it wasn't long ago since the park was like this for multiple months during the COVID pandemic for 2 years. And as you can see, since then they have started to build Hyperia, which is the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster, opening this year in 2024. And as you can see, it's raining because we're in England, and there's a man looking at me up there.
This piece of land some refer to as the island like no other, but it wasn't until 1979 where park officials opened as Thorpe Park. It wasn't until 1984 where the first roller coaster opened at Thorpe Park, Space Station Zero, now known as Flying Fish. It was an indoor powered coaster using electrical rails on the tracks to power it round. The park continued to expand in the late 80s and the early 90s, but we can't forget the opening of the iconic Logger Leap Log Flume, which was ridden by Princess Diana in 1993. As the park continued to invest and grow, it was time for Thorpe Park to start going big. This was the start of the park heading for a thrill park. In 1996, X No Way Out opened as the world's only indoor roller coaster facing backwards, meaning you traverse the twisted rails not forwards but backwards, adding more thrill to what was regarded as a family roller coaster. The big investments kept on coming with the opening of Europe's tallest water ride, Tidal Wave, in 2000. However, all great things come at a cost. Just 3 months after the opening of Tidal Wave, the park was hit by an event that would change the park forever. On the 21st of July 2000, there were reports of bellowing flames seen coming out of one of the most beloved attractions. These 2 rides suffered horrific fates as the park was swiftly evacuated after these reports came out. As a way to compensate for the loss of these attractions, in 2001 3 new rides were added: Vortex, Zodiac and Detonator, all open across the park. In 2001, signs began appearing around the park teasing a big new investment opening in 2002, slated as the world's first 10-looping roller coaster. This was the start of the thrill capital coming to fruition. Colossus opened on the 22nd of March 2002, breaking the world record for the most inversions on a roller coaster, with 10. Colossus would keep this record for 11 years until the opening of the Smiler in Alton Towers 2013. Colossus was huge and put Thorpe Park on the world map. People came from all over the world to ride this record-breaking roller coaster. Thorpe Park didn't stop there, as 2003 was cooking up to be a hot year for the park with the opening of Nemesis Inferno, an inverted roller coaster where your legs are dangling freely under the ride vehicle. At this point, Thorpe Park's motive was clear: to build big, thrilling roller coasters. 2006 saw the debut of the UK's fastest roller coaster, Stealth, a hydraulically powered coaster which launches guests up to 80 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds, whilst climbing a staggering height of 205 feet. 3 years later, the park opened a darker themed roller coaster with Saw the Ride, the world's first horror-themed roller coaster, which had a sister. Saw Alive opened the next year, an all-year-round Halloween scare maze featuring live actors and special effects. More signs began appearing with the emphasis on "the end is coming," with the code LC12 circling around. This teased the opening of the Swarm the following, the UK's first winged roller coaster, where guests sat on either side of the track with nothing above them and nothing below them, creating a very unique experience. From here, investment slowed down, as Thorpe Park admitted the Swarm was a commercial disappointment and failed to increase the annual guest numbers. To combat this, in 2013, Thorpe Park launched the Swarm, Brave It Backwards, which saw the back 2 rows turn to face the other way. Over the next few years, some doubtful decisions across the resort. X was rethemed to The Walking Dead The Ride, and a Black Mirror attraction was announced.
right now is a good example of transport to Thorpe Park. So we are currently in Kettering, Northamptonshire, England, UK, Britain, Europe, the world. And we are driving to Staines, where Thorpe Park is located. Driving is probably the easiest way to get there, because trains is an absolute pain. Buses only really work when the train strikes are on, which is quite frequent nowadays. So driving is quite a good way to get to Thorpe Park.
Oftentimes people struggle with getting to Thorpe Park as it's expensive in certain times of the year to get train tickets. From the distances where it takes to get from A to B, oftentimes people can't actually make it because they can't afford it, it's too far, or in general they can't seem to find the time for it. Oftentimes the times for trains and buses are staggered, which causes it to be even more difficult. Driving, as Jack said, is one of the easiest ways to get there.
Alright, so could you tell us who you are, what your name is?
Well, my name is Quick Domain. I run a YouTube channel about theme parks, as I'm a theme park enthusiast, you know. I document and vlog my time at theme parks. That's what I do.
How long have you been a theme park enthusiast for?
It's been a good few years now. I want to say back around like to the end of lockdown-ish. You know, started getting into it. Started my YouTube.
What got you
it was good fun.
What got you into theme parks?
Honestly, I would say the fact that when I'm on the rides, everything that's going on just vanishes. All that's going on is me on the ride, going around all the banks, corners, and the helixes and the vertical loops. Mate, that's all I'm focusing on. All I'm just enjoying myself.
What do you think attracts the most amount of people to Thorpe Park? Whether it be the rides or the food or the accommodations, what do you think?
Thing is, I would hate to say this, but I would say Saw the Ride. You know, that because it's like the UK's like first horror themed ride, it attracts loads of people. But personally, I don't like the ride. I just find it way too rough, and it's just not for me. But it just somehow managed to get loads of queues and attracts. That's just all I hear people talking about.
Fair enough. Now we go on, so it's over the years it's like evolved and changed. Would you say that the park has evolved in a good way since it opened in 1979?
I mean, obviously there's been a lot of change since the park's opened, but I mean, like everything, it's always going to have its good changes and bad changes. For example, bad change, adding Saw. Good change, having Swarm. But, you know, it's all just a matter of opinion what people think is good and bad. I think they've done well, but some people could think different.
Is there anything you would want to say to, you know, anybody who's on the fence on going to Thorpe Park or not?
Well, if you're thinking of going to Thorpe Park, just do it. I mean, because you never know. You could have the best day of your life, because I guarantee there's going to be a ride there for you. Whether it be the Rapids, whether it be a water slide, or whether it be Inferno. You will find something you like.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you very much. That's been Quick Domain.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Owen.
And you've been to Thorpe Park before?
I've been before, yeah.
What is your youngest memory of Thorpe Park?
You know what, I don't really remember too much, but I remember enjoying the rides and everything else that was there.
My youngest memory is probably when I was a little kid. I got taken there with my parents and all my siblings, but because I'm the youngest child, I couldn't go on a lot of the cool rides. So I just kind of sat there for a lot of it.
I went when I was little with my dad, but like I can't really remember much about it.
Probably queuing on the way in.
Like 2 years ago, because I went like with some friends for a school time, so it wasn't busy, so we got to go on like all the rides. So yeah, it was that.
I went when I was about 4 or 5, so I don't really remember much of it.
Memory was going with my family, and it was like in summer. It was really cool, and I just enjoyed being there pretty much.
Biggest draw to Thorpe Park, in your opinion?
I mean, I think that roller coasters are good, but I also think the hotels are quite decent as well.
I would say the massive ride, the roller coasters, you know, you've got all that draws in a lot of people who want to go on them.
I'd say the roller coasters. I think it's just really fun getting on top, and yeah, and just you get all the feeling of just your guts going up when you go down on them, and then you get to remedy that with just all the food they've got. They've got quite a good food court.
My opinion is the Saw ride because it's like a big franchise in general anyway with all the series, and it's a really fun ride. So yeah, there's that.
Probably just all the different variety of rides, maybe.
I think it's just being able to go with like your friends and your family and just having a good time basically and just enjoying yourself.
Probably the big rides because everyone loves the big roller coaster.
What's your opinion on the new branding?
I'm not too bothered about it. It's it's a theme park. It's got branding. It's not something I'm bothered with.
It's it's alright. It is what it is. You know, it's not too bad.
I like it. I think that it's modern.
I like it. It's quite minimalist, quite colourful, catches your eye.
I have not seen that either.
I don't mind it. It's more minimalist. I kind of prefer it from the old one.
Branding, it's alright. I mean, I like the older one more, but this one's alright.
Thorpe Park is known as one of the most fun and thrilling places to go to have fun with friends and family. It's also known for its record-breaking roller coasters such as Colossus with 10 inversions and its new roller coaster Hyperia, which is going faster and higher than ever before.
Quite a nice view, isn't it?